We finna go somewhere else with it tonight, dog. We finna go somewhere else with it tonight, man. Shout out to everybody that's in this bitch. We getting this shit jumping early. We getting this jumping early night. I got a couple different topics to tackle tonight, man. And I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna pop it off with Young Thug versus Kendrick Lamar, bruh. This is what been having the internet on lock today. A lot of people have seen the uh, leak phone conversations that Young Thug's been giving out lately, and some of it is quite interesting. Yeah, it's interesting to the point you like, what the fuck is going on with Young Thug, man? God damn, Thug. Was it really like that for you, dog? We finna dive into this, bro. I'm gonna let more people come into the live chat for get my thoughts and opinions on everything. But this is a wild one, dog, because Young Thug, whether you want to agree with it or not, Young Thug was a huge staple in Atlanta culture and Atlanta hip hop and just hip hop in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as me personally, I was no fan of Young Thug. I didn't fuck with Young Thug at all. Um, but truth is, a lot of niggas fuck with Thug, and you gotta look at it. Excuse me. You gotta look at it from a lot of different perspectives, right? A lot of people who respect violence in hip hop or respect gang culture, gang politics in hip hop, and sometimes that can be to your detriment. You feel me? And whether you like to admit it or not, yeah, Thug may have ratted, Thug may have did all these things, right? But at the core of it, Thug was ahead of a gang. YSL, Slime Life, you know what I'm saying? And from my understanding, Slime and YSL was plugged in with the Bloods. They was banging Suwoo, you feel me? That's what they were banging. You know what I'm saying? If you go back to Young Thug earlier videos, he had a lot of red rags in his videos, you feel me? So no matter what you think or you feel about him, he was banging red. You feel me? He was banging red. That's what he was on, right? So for him to do that and him to have the audience that he had, or him to have the people that he fuck with, you feel me? Him telling or him doing whatever he do, it's still gonna hold a certain level of it's gonna have a certain level of rank in the streets, because it's like Young Thug is a nigga that's not supposed to tell, dog. Cause you know, niggas say he built like that. You feel me? So I get why it's a big thing, dog. So nonetheless, he went at Kendrick, and I don't even know if it's a diss to Kendrick. Really, like the more and more I listen to it, I don't know if it's necessarily a diss or it's just a nigga talking shit behind somebody back. So I'm gonna play this shit for y'all, right? We gonna hear it. This the Young Thug talking about Kendrick situation. Yeah, man, I hope he do it. He don't take no money, do he? Right. But that's what me. Right. Getting out the damn verse to this nigga, man. What the hell you doing, crazy? All that fake, I ain't getting no rapper song shit. I don't be liking them type nigga like that. These nigga too big. I don't want to do no feature. Why? Why you don't want to do no feature? Why when you want to do a feature for a superstar? Like he ain't like goddamn street call you for a song, you know? Like so really hold up. Before I even go even farther, right? So here's from what I'm forgetting for this situation, right? The nigga Thug felt like if you claim to be that nigga in rap, right? You should be able to do features with anybody. See that's the kind of thing that I think Thug kind of fucked up the game on. He thought that he could just get a Kendrick Lamar feature, or kind of like he was just, I don't know, he's entitled to a Kendrick Lamar feature, or you know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar. See, the thing with Drake was, right? Drake was kind of indebted to Atlanta culture to the point where, they would get features out of Thug for every project they drop. You know what I'm saying? But they're not gonna get that out of Kendrick Lamar necessarily. Not because Kendrick doesn't fuck with them, because it's just like, nigga, do you have a good song? You feel me? It's really, for Kendrick, it's more about the song than just anything. But listen to Young Thug talk about it. Young Thug was just looking at this shit like, okay, it's a money play. It really exposed who Thug really was, dog. Let's keep going.
Why when you do the song, we lit, we going number one too. Fuck you thinking? It's just like, I don't be understanding that type of shit. Supposed to be a nigga who bless a nigga. That's why them niggas will never be bigger than Drake ever in life.
Now hold up, that's interesting. So Thug said, and this is interesting how that really plays out, right? So he said, he's basically saying he taking Drake's side in a lot of shit. He's saying niggas will never be bigger than Drake because he not blessing niggas. You feel me? And that's a very interesting take, because niggas not indebted to doing a fucking feature to you. See, Thug, I see where Thug coming from, right? I'm starting to get Thug angle, right? Young Thug whole angle is that he knows every song, every feature, everything an artist does is money, right? So he's not really thinking about it from an artist perspective of trying to be the best artist, right? Which is why personally I think, it's held back in Atlanta, but I'm gonna keep playing the rest of this shit for y'all can hear it, man.
We gonna do it right. Butter fuck with everybody. You know how many niggas like Drake can't? How many niggas can take care of their family because of butter? Just like straight fucking with you. Kendrick goddamn put a nigga on. Y'all niggas, you're a superstar. You don't ran up you a few hundred him, but you ain't put nobody on though. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even put Keem on. Cause the shit you and him doing, this shit ain't really doing that.
This nigga Thug was in that bitch hating on niggas. So Thug, I guess Thug is feeling like, okay, Kendrick, you in the top spot. Why are you not fucking with Nick? Thug is looking at this shit. This shit is really exposing Thug. Thug is really like on some street shit with his shit. He just like, any nigga that's on, nigga, you just supposed to show love to whatever. Kendrick is still an artist, bro. He can't just devalue his brand by fucking with any and everybody, dog. So that's what kind of Thug is on. He realized he could punk Drake. Drake is kind of an easy person to punk. You could go to Drake because Drake just want to be down with any and everybody, right? So it's easier to punk Drake and be like, "Hey, Drake, get on this song." It's not easier to do that with Kendrick because Kendrick is LA and he's tied in with the LA niggas. So if Thug get too big for himself, it's like, all right, you gotta answer to them LA niggas when you go out to LA. And Thug not really going, you know what I mean? So, it's interesting to hear Thug talk like this. But let's go, let's keep listening.
Put somebody on. It's okay to bring you a few hundred limbs up, but who you help though? You ain't really help nobody. It's the saying. You did all that shit for nothing. You ain't help nobody, nigga. You ain't really gaining no fans off of you. King ain't big. King love hell, man. Can't sell no fucking ticket. Watch out. Like,
damn, Thug was like the ultimate hater on the low. Like this nigga, he like Keem ain't doing shit. You know what I mean? You ain't put nobody on. God damn, he ain't even beefing with Kendrick. This nigga Thug was a hateful nigga. You feel me? Like crazy dog. I'm gonna keep listening to this fuck nigga.
You did all that shit for nothing. Nigga, you ain't help nobody, nigga. Nigga ain't really gaining no fans off of you. King ain't big. King love hell, man. Can't sell no fucking ticket. Watch out.
Damn.
Like, man, watch out. I truly believe you do a song on me, Wham, Dirt, Moneybag, Savage. I truly believe we'll have your ass dope trending like. Cause it's gonna be like people in the real world fucking with you, not the goddamn, not the rap world. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be real players and cool bitches, lit bitches, and players and shit like that fucking with you. Them type of people ain't fuck with you. You gonna get like the real streets and the real people fucking with you. You gonna get the East Coast fucking East Coast ain't fucking with you, bro. You really trying to keep all the blessings to yourself. You really trying to keep everything to yourself.
Yo, this nigga's hateful, dog. This nigga Young Thug is a hateful nigga, bro. I'm gonna go back. Hold on. God damn it. Shut up. This shit is very exposing. It's very exposing to how certain niggas think, right? So, like Thug said, he's saying, you want real fans, not the hip hop fans, right? And that's very interesting. The Thug said, you want real fans, not hip hop fans. You know, that's very interesting for him to say. Like, for him to actually think that hip hop fans are not real fans is very interesting, dog. Because a hip hop fan is just as real as whatever he's thinking. But see, he has a lot of Atlanta niggas, a lot of ignorant niggas thinking like him, where it's like a hip hop fan isn't real. A hip hop fan is very real. Matter of fact, a hip hop fan is the best fan you probably could get, because a hip hop fan, they gonna go to your show, they gonna go to your tours, they gonna buy your merchandise. And Kendrick Lamar knows that. In Thug world, in Thug dumbass mind, cause he's stupid. He probably don't have like third grade education. This nigga so fucking stupid. He thinks in his mind that a rap fan or somebody is a fan is a motherfucker that buys whatever's popular at the time. Bitch, that's not a real fan, fuck nigga. A real fan is somebody that supports you regardless of if you Young Thug. See, right now, Young Thug probably wish he had real fans, because real fans are stand for him. But now, Young Thug has distanced himself from real people that he thought was real. Bitch, it's gonna be a much harder problem than you thought it was gonna be, right? Hold on, let me get this stupid motherfucker out of here. Yeah, Young Thug, he thought it was gonna be easy, but it's not. He played himself on this situation, dog, because it's like you decide to go at Kendrick Lamar. That's not a small play. Okay, you can play Drake, but truth is, bro, just cause you got people that go to the club, listen to your music, people that go to the club, dog, they gonna listen to whoever is popping in the club at that time. It's a silly thing to do, bro. Kendrick understands that there is a certain thing as a hip hop fan, fans that just want to hear your hip hop music. You feel me? So, you know what I mean?
Players and shit like that fucking with you. Them type of people ain't fuck with you. You gonna get like the real streets and the real people fucking with you. You gonna get the East Coast fucking East Coast ain't fucking with you, bro. You really trying to keep all the blessings to yourself. You really trying to keep everything to yourself. You really sit in the studio and work on the album and don't put nobody on the album. Like, God damn, bro, you ain't gonna fuck with nobody. You ain't gonna bless nobody.
He's so goddamn ignorant. It really exposes Thug mindset. He's so fucking ignorant. Like, okay, he says Kendrick Lamar's keeping all the blessings for himself, whatever the fuck that means, right? He believes that if Kendrick Lamar just does a whole bunch of features, that's what's up. No, nigga, it's about uh creating a space, and Kendrick has real hip hop fans. That's the thing. He say niggas on the East Coast ain't fucking with Kendrick. Dummy, cause some goofy ass niggas in your neighborhood is not fucking with Kendrick doesn't mean that the whole Atlanta's not fucking with Kendrick. See, niggas is so stupid. You have niggas in Atlanta that love real hip hop. See, that's what niggas fail to realize. You got niggas in Atlanta that love real hip hop. You got niggas in Carolina that love real hip hop. You got niggas in New York that love real hip hop. You got niggas in California. You got niggas all around this motherfucking country, all around this world that love hip hop, and you just have to connect to those people. You feel me? You don't have to connect to a motherfucker that just go to the club to get their dick sucked, or a girl that just go to the club to go twerk on somebody. Bitch, that is a person that's not. That's a person that's not really supporting music in the first place, dog. They just going for a fucking experience. Kendrick understands that. Your dumbass don't experience. Your dumbass don't understand that. Thug really played himself, dog.
What the hell is you doing? You supposed to be fucking with me, Wham, dirt. Sam, you supposed to be fucking with us. You supposed to be calling us like, hey, man, I want y'all young niggas on my album.
He's so stupid, bro. He's so stupid. He says Kendrick Lamar is supposed to be fucking with Lil Durk, Lil Baby to make himself hot. He's so stupid. He doesn't understand there's a whole different hip hop world that doesn't. He's so stupid. He's just so stupid. He's just so stupid.
Real shit, this time. This time around.
Bro. Hold on, let me call it. Who do you think Travis Scott is selling his music to? Who do you think what's the dude name? Tyler the Creator. Who do you think Tyler Creator is selling music to, dog? It's fans besides who you think buying the latest Louis Vuitton and shit, dog. It's so stupid idea what he have on hip hop.
I don't know though. You nigga be crazy. Hopefully he do the song though. If you don't, I ain't really giving no damn.
He's such a girl, dog.
Yeah, over good. Continue being rap, man. You know what I'm saying? Continue being rap, man. Stay supportive. Post my album cover or something, man. Stay supportive, man. All that. I ain't posting no pictures 6 years shit, man. Watch out. Nigga don't care about all that shit, man. Nobody don't give no fuck about none of that. I guarantee you, your first post you post, that motherfucker gonna do 1 million or 2 million likes. You can get on the internet 16 years. You not finna get on here and get no 100 million likes on your post. You're not Kim Kardashian, man. So whatever you call yourself doing with your internet, and if you just want to prove like I won't be on the internet, what is that proving? Who they do?
It's so stupid what he's saying, bro. I ain't finna listen to no more of that shit. It's so dumb what he thinking. And for people that think like him, bro, that think that the hip hop fans are only the people that's trying to keep up with the latest trend. That's who Young Thug tried to sell his music to. He's finna have a harsh wake up when he tries to sell whatever new project or new album he have coming out. He tried to sell to whatever the trend is right now. Young Thug was a trend at the time. You feel me? Like Atlanta hip hop is popping. A lot of these rappers in Atlanta popping. Jeezy, Thug, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to put Young Thug in the mix. Young Thug, he reminds you of Lil Wayne. He got the dreads. He got the funny ass glasses and shit like that. Kendrick represents real hip hop. Something that Thug could never infiltrate. Thug can infiltrate trendy hip hop. He can't infiltrate real hip hop. Real hip hop, you have to have a skill. You have to be able to appease a real hip hop fan. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to be witty. You have to have real bars. You have to have real lyrics. You have to be a storyteller. You have to pick nice beats. You have to craft things to grab a real hip hop fan. And the great thing about a real hip hop fan, if they love your music, they gonna tell other people. Other people gonna, and it's gonna build a fan base for you. You feel me? Real. Who do you think Freddie Gibbs is selling his music to? Freddie Gibbs just did 30,000 independent. That's great numbers. He's selling out shows. People just don't understand that a real hip hop fan is a great fan to have, because a real hip hop fan is gonna tell other people, like, I consider myself a real hip hop fan, right? And I listen to certain shit and I tell people, bro, you gotta check this shit out. You have to check this shit out. The everyday trendy fan listens to your shit and they go on to the next shit. They don't care. It's just like McDonald's. It's just like eating a burger from McDonald's. Oh, the burger was good, that's it. But if you go to a 5-star restaurant and you have a burger, you're gonna tell that place I had that 5-star that 5-star burger, it was so amazing. the amenities, the waitress is so kind. It's so many things go into what's going on. Thug just want to sell you a fucking Happy Meal burger. Kendrick is trying to sell you a well crafted burger that, you know what I'm saying, he beat the meat on, he fucking added the seasonings, they threw it on the grill and everything. And you know, that's the difference, dog, when you see a person like Thug. And Thug is very disappointing because Thug promoted himself. And this is why I blame a lot of niggas, right? Thug promoted himself as a very artsy guy, right? He couldn't promote himself as a hip hop guy because he doesn't have the talent, the lyrics, to promote himself as a hip hop guy. But he promoted himself as a very artsy guy. That's why he wore the dresses. He dressed extravagant. He tried to fool the artsy fan base. He kind of pulled that off on y'all. That's why I separate myself from artsy fans, because artsy fans, y'all can be fooled too, because y'all feel like whatever's an oddball is fucking good music, and that's not what it is. Thug fooled a lot of the artsy fans. You know what I'm saying? He fooled a lot of y'all ass, but nonetheless, Thug really played himself, and you have to understand his levels to this shit, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? I want to cover a couple of topics tonight, and I want to tackle this one, right? I want to tackle your man Drizzy Drake. Let's get to this shit, right? Shout out to everybody that's been fucking with me, dog. We finna talk about this nigga Drizzy Drake. He has a new interview out with the girl Bobby, right? I don't know her last name, Barbie Ardoff or some shit like that, right? Um, and Drake talks a lot about a lot of interesting things during this interview, right? Uh, Things that I just don't understand, right? So I'm gonna go through a few things while we on here right now, so y'all fuck with me.
I'll talk to every.
So I've never seen someone ice rosé. All right, so he's talking. He's talking about Rick Ross in this particular part. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. I've never seen someone ice rosé, but
You never seen someone ice rosé?
mm-hmm.
I'll talk to every jeweler in Miami that has fake diamonds.
Really, they do that? Damn.
Nobody got that joke.
Hold up. This nigga. Hold up. This nigga Drake was being very disrespectful. As somebody from Miami. I've never seen. So he said nobody's seen nobody right fake jewelry, right? And he said every jeweler in Miami has fake jewelry. Good God, Drake. Okay. Fuck this nigga Drake, right? So basically, he trying to get at Rick Ross, right? He's saying Rick Ross wears fake jewelry, and he just put it off on the whole Miami, right? First of all, Drake is talking to this white girl, Bobby. You know what I'm saying? I think she's like 22 or something like that, but she still like looks like a very younger woman. So you know what I'm saying? Like, Drake, you bitch ass nigga. We see what you doing, boy.
Essentially, like just recognizing somebody that I never met in my life, that I fully believed in, that I thought was really interesting, and I wanted to have an interesting conversation with. It pissed off like so many, like all these fucking losers, these like, like story journalists, and like this guy and that guy who like feels so entitled.
That is so weird. Drake is such a weird guy to me, bro. Did y'all just hear that accent? I'm gonna play this shit back. Do y'all hear that accent? Cause Drake, he'll rap with this Canadian accent, but now he has like this white boy from California accent. Do y'all hear that? Let me play this shit one more time.
Me essentially like just recognizing somebody that I never met in my life, that I fully believed in, that I thought was really interesting, and I wanted to have an interesting conversation with. It pissed off like so many, like all these fucking losers, these like, like store.
Yo, that's very interesting, dog. This nigga just went from a Canadian accent where we thought he. This is why I look at Drake. This is why we look at Drake as weird, because it's like, bro, who are you? Who the fuck are you? Do you just become whoever you around or whoever you trying to suck up to. Cause okay, he's with this little white girl from what I'm saying, from Tennessee. So she's a country girl. She's a country bumpkin. And he's trying to put on like this Cali accent, this Cali white boy accent to impress her. Very interesting. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Journalists like this guy and that guy who like feels so entitled to this interview about, and Drake never does anything for like this type of media, and it just like made people so angry that two people who actually like have just like maybe nothing to talk about, or everything to talk about, but just based on like random energy could come together. I think it changed a lot of things. It changed a lot.
So this motherfucker Drake, he's a very interesting guy. He's a very interesting guy. So he's alluding to a lot of these Rob Markman who he just attacked online. Rob Markman, the Elliot Wilsons of the world, the hip hop analysts, the hip hop people that does interviews within the culture. Drake has kind of put on a very interesting thing where he won't talk to anybody that's from hip hop. Drake has not talked to a hip hop person since that interview he did with B Dot and what I'm saying, with Elliot Wilson. And that shit is probably been 10 years now. So Drake only does interviews with people that he feels very comfortable with, which I don't respect. I feel like he doesn't even step out the box to see if it's anything real though.
Things like, well, let's keep going. It changed a lot of things like in the streaming world. Like it made people more comfortable to go sit down with somebody that they've never sat down with before. Like not to take like overly take credit, but
you did.
When I do see like somebody, who keeps to themselves, like a Nicki Minaj, like go to like Kai Cenat's house, or like I see, these musicians go to like a guy like Blackboy Max's studio and start making songs with him. Like I feel like we did usher in the idea.
Oh Lord, this dude is a very interesting guy. So Drake is saying basically that you can take it for however you want to take it, but this is how it really is. Drake is saying that he is the reason that artists or people go talk to streamers now. Nicki Minaj went to talk to Casanat. Lil Baby went to go talk to Blackboy. And Drake is basically taking credit for that. That's just interesting. Drake is saying he's the reason that artists go talk to streamers now. Drake, I'm gonna keep going.
Just like you can be from two completely different walks of life. Celebrities are not here. That we're like the goal is not to be like some unattainable dickhead for your whole life, and only to like sit with Zane Lowe while he like asks you like the most like curated and formal questions. No disrespect to him, like
he said no disrespect to Zane Lowe, but nigga, you did just disrespect him. He does not want to talk to somebody that's finna give him any pressure, right? So if he goes to talk to Zane Lowe or Rolling Stone or anybody that's a reputable journalist, he doesn't want to talk to them. He wants to talk to somebody who has no idea what the fuck they doing. Like this girl, Bobby, Bobby whatever. She's not no accomplished journalist. So when she's not gonna ask any type of real question. She's not gonna ask you anything real. She's gonna let Drake just say whatever he wants and feel however he wants. And she's not gonna give him any real questions because she doesn't have that skill. And that's what Drake likes. Drake likes those easy questions where he could just control the interview. But let's keep going.
But it's just like I think we did something that was special.
Yeah.
And I was proud of what we did. And then when you didn't like when I felt like it caused any like bump in the road in your life, I was just it just hurt me because I was like, fuck, I just can't get it right,
Yeah.
Plus you were with Tiger that night, which
was really the big reason.
Can I get another rosé?
The less whippy one.
I mean, it just is what it is. I'm not even mad at Drake too much more. He is an oddball. That's just who he is, bro. I'm not even mad at this dude no more, for real, for real. He wants to go talk to. It's just my only thing with Drake is stop looking at him like a rapper. I just wish people would stop looking at him. If we looked at Drake like a pop star, bro, I would have no problem with Drake because he's not from the culture. It wouldn't affect anything. It wouldn't affect the way, excuse me, the way people look at things. It wouldn't matter. The shit that he does would not matter. But the fact that people look at Drake like a hip hop artist is what bothers me because they feel like Drake should come talk to hip hop. He's going to talk to people that he can control. He can control this little white girl, babe, Bobby. You know what I'm saying, Bobby? Whatever. He can control her. He can control what she thinks, what she feels. There's nothing real finna come out this conversation. It's just some shit Drake can do to promote whatever he got going on. Nigga, we want real interviews. Even if you go holler at the white boys like Zane Lowe, go holler at a white boy. Why you want to holler at a white boy? You know what I'm saying? You holler at the white girl, holler at the white boy, man. Holler at somebody that's gonna put your feet to the fire and give your ass some real questions for the people that buy your product to be like, oh, okay, this is my guy. Fucking motherfucker. Yeah, man. I can't fuck with him, bro. So that's all I got about the Drake interview. So the last thing I want to talk tonight before I get off this bitch. A lot of people is talking about Atlanta is on its last legs, right? Atlanta, this is at the end of Atlanta, right? That's very interesting to say now when you say it's the end of Atlanta, right? Uh Atlanta has given us a lot of classic music, a lot of classic albums, a lot of classic songs, a lot of classic artists, right? So when niggas say it's the end of Atlanta, I don't think they think they I don't think they know what they talking about. You feel me? Like, okay, Thug is ratted, Thug is snitching, Thug is talking about a lot of different dudes in Atlanta. Yeah, I mean, Thug is doing a lot of things to make Atlanta look bad, right? I do agree with niggas on that, right? But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, Atlanta still has a very rich history, a very rich soil that the only way you can take Atlanta out the game is by creating artists and creating hits like Atlanta. You can't just be like, oh, we them new niggas and we doing things. I'm gonna stick up for Atlanta on this. I'm not no Atlanta nigga, I'm from Florida. But I have to keep it real. If you're talking about uh a presence in hip hop like Atlanta, you have to make hits like Atlanta. You got to think about it. Let's think of fuck it. Let's go back to the 90s, right? What did Atlanta have in the 90s? Atlanta had primarily two artists in the 90s, right? They had Outkast. Outkast is they guys. Outkast is the ones that sold records. Outkast is the ones that did things. Then you had Goody Mob. Now, from Goody Mob and Outkast, they created a lot of artists that you never even thought about. Future was with them. A lot of people did a lot of work to change. A lot of people worked with the Goody Mob Outkast time. But let's not even coincide that, right? So that's 90s Atlanta. 90s Atlanta is primarily Goody Mob and Outkast, right? Then you have the 2000s. That's when Atlanta went crazy. That's when you have Ludacris. Huge. Still is the biggest selling Southern artist of all time. People forget that about Ludacris. Ludacris is the biggest selling Southern artist of all time. Listen to me when I say this. You can look it up for yourself. Ludacris is the biggest selling solo artist to ever come out of Atlanta. To ever come out of the South. Period. Ludacris. Then you had from Atlanta in the 2000s, you had T.I. T.I. had multiple hits. T.I. had huge albums. T.I. had number one albums, number one songs. T.I. is a huge fucking deal. T.I. is not an average artist. He's big, legendary artist. T.I. is the artist you have from Atlanta. Then you have fucking Young Jeezy from Atlanta in the 2000s. Big albums, big hits, number one albums, number one songs. Yeah, he was popping in the streets, but I'm talking about money wise on the mainstream level. Jeezy was very poetic. He did a lot of great things in the mainstream world, made a lot of money. Gucci Man, he did a lot of great things in the underground, but he did a lot of great things in the mainstream. You know what I'm saying? So when I say this, I'm saying this to say that 2 Chainz, a lot of these artists, Gunna, Little Baby, a lot of these artists dropped #1 hits between the 2000 2010s. They did a lot of big things. You feel me? So Atlanta had the infrastructure. Atlanta had the know-how to support these artists and make sure these artists perform at high levels. So to take that from Atlanta to say you the next big city like a Texas, like a Florida, or like a fucking Memphis that has great artists. Unfortunately for those cities and those states, and I'm in Florida myself, Miami, we do not have the infrastructure to handle a big artist like these other cities. A lot of times people just don't understand. You have to have infrastructure to handle big artists. Philly has had big artists. You know what I'm saying? Philly has had fucking Beanie Siegel, Memphis, Beanie Siegel, Freeway, um, Meek Mill, Killy the Kid, but they're unable to sustain that as far as just in their city because infrastructurally they're not ready to deal with that. Memphis is the same way. Memphis has had Moneybag Yo Gotti, all these great artists, Young Dog, but infrastructurally they're not ready to handle that. Uh, Miami, we're Miami is one of the few we infrastructurally ready, but media wise, Miami is not ready. Infrastructure, we have the city, we have the fans, we have everything that artists will want, but we don't have certain things because Miami is so multicultural. There's so many different things coming around here that hip hop. Hip hop is great, but it's like one of those things. It's unfortunate it's like that, right? So you have to think Chicago. Chicago has had its great time, but Chicago even doesn't have the infrastructure that maintain hip hop artists. It's only been 3 cities. It's only really been 3 cities in the United States of America that has been able to handle and had the infrastructure to create and multiply those artists. LA, New York, and Atlanta. That's it, bro. I know that's gonna hurt a lot of our hearts, especially niggas in Texas. Niggas feel like niggas in Texas, like, oh man, we have the info. Y'all haven't, bro. I'm sorry to say y'all haven't had the infrastructure. I hope y'all get it so y'all can put on other artists and make sure other cities is good. But the truth is, it's only been 3 cities: New York, LA, and Atlanta. Atlanta is the only city in the South that's been able to have that infrastructure. You feel me? Where everything in Atlanta is primarily because of hip hop. You feel me? Miami, I love my city. I love Florida. I love us. But at the end of the day, bro, Miami is built off a multicultural thing, bro. It's crazy, but it is what it is. Hip hop is a part of that, but it doesn't live off that. And that's the thing, bro. We have to keep it real. Uh, Texas, Texas builds a great infrastructure, but it builds a great infrastructure for the artists in Texas. You get what I'm saying? So on a national stage, Texas has to get stronger on a national stage. Yes, Texas does a great thing for Texas artists. Flip, UGK, all these artists do great in Texas. But what about the other artists? What about building something for great for other artists? That's where you have a problem when we dealing with Texas. Memphis doesn't have the power. Some of these other states just don't have the power. Yes, y'all have the talent, but the infrastructure matters. Atlanta has that. So until you be able to eclipse that, Atlanta still is the city to fuck with. I don't care what nobody say. Atlanta, New York, New York, and LA still has it. People don't even realize LA. You might not feel like LA is the biggest city in the world when it comes to hip hop, but LA is always gonna have something going on for hip hop. Same thing with New York. Be like, damn, New York ain't been popping in a while, but New York has something for hip hop. Whether you like to admit it or not, niggas don't be thinking. Niggas just don't be thinking. That be the niggas don't be thinking, bro. The biggest places for hip hop where it breeds and it lives and it creates more of life for itself is New York, LA, and Atlanta, bro. It is what it is, bro. Other cities are not breeding life. for hip hop like that. But I appreciate everybody that's been fucking with me tonight. Everybody that's in here that's been fucking with me. I love y'all. Appreciate everybody that dropped a real comment. I appreciate y'all. It's your nigga Delvin. Delvin's Room to the next one.